Gotta get everything set up first. So, yeah, I'm gonna be doing things a bit differently today. Obviously, as you guys know, I've been having some issues trying to get my account back into working. So, this is how I'm gonna be doing things for now. Don't worry, there will be a universe mode stream. I'll probably do it like after this, maybe. Well, I have to wait and see. So, I'll get everything set up while I wait for everyone. Wish you could do war games in different arenas. Yeah, so give me a minute. So you guys will have to give me a minute because I'm gonna set everything up first. Look at all the John Cenas that are in the battle. Look at the John Cenas that are in there. Anyway. Yeah, I may do a stream immediately after this, depending if you guys want me to do universe mode after this. It's really up to you guys if you want to see a universe stream immediately following this. Completely up to you guys. Who the hell was... There he was. It's just... That was so weird. I couldn't find him anywhere. Anyway, so this is just gonna be all random. I don't really care. The only thing I'll do is I'll make Roman #1. Hehehe. Okay, so welcome everyone to my WrestleMania 39 review. I'm sorry I have to do it like a stream format, but this is really the only way I could logically do it. So I do apologize in advance. But we're going to be talking about the first night of WrestleMania. And I'll be giving you guys my thoughts and opinions on the whole event. And you guys can tell me if you agree or disagree, and I don't really care. But these are my thoughts on night one of WrestleMania. So I'm just going to sit down and look at the match card as this goes along. So anyway, you guys can enjoy some gameplay in the background as I talk you guys through my thoughts and opinions on WrestleMania. Oh man, poor Angel Garza has to start with Roman Reigns. But anyway, here are my thoughts on WrestleMania Night 1. My thoughts on it are, you know what, I'm going to turn down the volume on I'm going to turn down the volume so it doesn't distract me. Well, I'm going to get to the Theory Cena match. My thoughts on Cena and Theory is that it was completely the most forgettable match on the entire card. It was so forgettable, and the match just was not good. The match was not good at all, and it did nothing. Despite the fact that Theory is the future of WWE, it really did nothing for him. It did nothing for him. And besides, the victory means nothing because he didn't win clean. He had to cheat. He had to cheat, and I'll get to damage control. But yeah, the fact that Theory had to cheat to beat Cena clearly tells you how the company really feels. Like, if they wanted to make this victory... If they wanted to make Theory's victory over Cena more important than it should have, Theory should have won clean. A-Town down, and that's it. It should have been a clean win, and that's that. But no, they had to go with the dirty finish. They had to go with the dirty finish to make Cena look, you know, a bit more. Heels need to cheat. Yeah, I know that, but I'll I'll let you. But you know what? You guys can share your thoughts after I'm done talking about it. But yeah, Theory had to cheat to beat Cena, and that's what really hurts his victory, in my opinion. I felt like if it was a clean win, then it would have done a bit more to help his status. But Rhea didn't have to cheat to beat Charlotte, which I'll get to that match because that was easily my favorite match on the card. So those are my thoughts on Cena versus Theory. I didn't really care for the match. It really should not have opened. I felt like the showcase match should have actually opened. I felt the four-way showcase should have opened because that transitions into my thoughts into the WrestleMania showcase match. This match was actually good. Despite I didn't really care all that much for it and it was so random, it was actually really good. It was a really good four-way. All four teams are very competitive. I would have loved it if the Alpha Academy won, but you know what? They weren't the ones that got pinned, so, you know, I guess I can live with it. But the Street Profits ended up winning it. It was really good. I felt Chad Gable and Ricochet were the highlight of that match. Ricochet was flip-flop flying all over the place like a madman. Ricochet is so underrated. Chad Gable is also underrated. Well, that's your opinion. Sean. But anyway, but yeah, Chad is super underrated. That bloody German suplex that Chad did on Braun Strowman, beautiful stuff. That was beautiful. I really liked that. That was really good. But Montez Ford was really good as well. He had some good high spots. But yeah, I really enjoyed the showcase match. Despite not really caring about it all that much, I thought it was good. I thought it was really good, and I think it did its job. Uh-oh, the Bloodline's dominating the Royal Rumble. I don't like the look of this. But Anyway, should not be worrying about my game. But yeah, the four-way was good. I was okay with it, despite that I didn't really care about it at first. It was overall really good. I thought it was fine. So those are my thoughts on the showcase match. I enjoyed the showcase match, despite not really caring about it. I would have been okay if Alpha Academy won, but I can live with the Street Profits winning. Seth Rollins and Logan Paul, and we had some guy in a bloody outfit, which ended up being another YouTuber, KSI. Oh, goodness. More stupid YouTubers. I mean, hey, no disrespect to KSI, but I mean, literally, come on. We don't need any more YouTubers. I mean, hell, I should bloody wrestle in a match at WrestleMania. I'm a YouTuber. I should get a match at WrestleMania. But regardless, I didn't really care for this match either. I'm just happy Seth won. That's all that matters to me. The only thing that mattered to me about this match was Seth Rollins winning, and he did. That's really all I can really say about the match. I didn't care for it. I didn't enjoy it. And hopefully, we never see Logan Paul again after this. Hopefully, we never see him again. Because, well, they said his contract has expired, so hopefully, we never see Logan Paul ever again. But, you know what? I feel he's probably going to re-sign. I don't want him to re-sign, but I think it'd be great if he didn't. I hope we never see Logan Paul ever again, and he can go back to his YouTube channels and his Pokemon cards and whatever he was doing, and he never steps back in a WWE ring again, because I'm already sick of him. Next match was my least favorite match on the card. Trish, Lita, and Becky versus Damage Control. This match was horrible. This match was horrible, and I did not like this match. This match was super unnecessary. One thing I really hate is how Trish, Becky, and Lita dominated this feud heading into WrestleMania, and they still come out with the victory. You know, when you put a faction together, it's your job to make the faction feel like a big deal. Like the Bloodline, like Evolution, like Legacy, like DX, like The Shield. When you form factions, and Imperium, when you form factions, and I guess also Undisputed Era, but there's a lot of factions. But when you put factions together, you're supposed to make your audience feel that they're supposed to be dangerous, dominant, deadly, and let the fans know that this faction could potentially dominate. Damage Control does not feel that way. Damage Control, especially Bayley, all she's done is lose, lose, lose. And look, I take Toxic Attraction over Damage Control. Yeah, Toxic Attraction is another dominant faction. Toxic Attraction is the perfect example of a faction booked right. Can you imagine if Mandy, Gigi, and JC went to NXT and Mandy failed to win the NXT Women's Championship and she lost every single match and Gigi and JC lost every match? They wouldn't feel like a big deal. When you create a faction, it is your job to make the faction feel like a big deal. That's why I loved Toxic Attraction, because they were a big deal. They made me care. I don't care about Damage Control because they're booked like chumps. They lose every match they're in. It started off fine, but then it all went down the drain. Trish and Lita, and I guess I'll include Becky as well. They should not be scoring victories over people that need it, like Io and Dakota. So let's look at Damage Control's entire booking. They failed to win the tag team titles against Aaliyah and Raquel, two young stars. I was actually fine with them I was actually fine with Damage Control not winning when Aaliyah and Raquel won. But no, fans on social media had to cry, had to complain, had to bitch, had to moan. They had to say it was terrible because they felt Damage Control needed the win. And then 1 week later, Aaliyah and Raquel lose their titles. And then Raquel and Aaliyah lose their titles back to Damage Control a week later. Then about 100 so days later into their title reign, they lose the belts to Alexa Bliss and Asuka, who, in my opinion, are already big stars. They don't really need a big win, but you know what? Let's run with it. Let's go with it. They win the titles off Io and Dakota, and then fans complain again. Fans complain again about how Damage Control have been booked to look like losers, and they couldn't beat a girl with a doll and Asuka. So then 5 days later at the Saudi Arabian show, they give the titles back to Damage Control. This... Aaliyah and Raquel were champions for 14 days, not a week. Okay, well, thanks for correcting me. But they were champions for 14 days. Well, that's about 2 weeks. Well, that's about 2 weeks. A week is 7. That's about 2 weeks then. But anyway, that's the main problem with Damage Control. You have them lose, but then you have them win when it's too little too late. Bayley wanted Damage Control in the WWE when Vince McMahon was in charge. Vince said no, he wanted nothing to do with the faction. Bayley went to Triple H, and now the faction is now a thing because of Triple H. But clearly, Triple H has completely buried the faction because this faction has never once felt like a big deal. Bayley's come back and done nothing but lose to Becky, to Bianca, Rhea. I'm fine with the loss to Rhea though. I'm fine with the loss to Rhea Ripley because Rhea Ripley's a young star. But Bayley has done nothing but come back and lose matches. She's barely won any matches. Even if she has won matches, like the time she won against Alexa Bliss and the time she won against Aaliyah. Those are rare, small occasions where she will win. I personally feel Bayley... Remember Paige, Sonya. Yeah, I remember Absolution. Yeah, I remember Absolution, and I remember the Riot Squad. What killed Damage Control was Bianca. Yep, Bianca killed Damage Control. And then Becky, Trish, and Lita basically put the nail in the coffin. That's what they basically did. They basically put the final nails in the coffin of Damage Control. But Bayley... I'm going to get back to my point. Bayley, I feel ever since Sasha Banks left WWE, and this is just my personal opinion, I feel ever since Sasha Banks left the WWE, I feel like Bayley, she just doesn't have the passion. She doesn't have that fire anymore. I feel losing her close friend and her close friend leaving the company has really affected her. I think it's really affected her, and I can kind of tell by Bayley's mannerisms, how she acts in the ring. Sometimes I feel she's feeling affected by, by Sasha not being in the company anymore. So this is just my personal opinion. I feel like she just doesn't love being in WWE anymore because her friend's gone. That's just how I personally feel. Jesus, what a powerbomb by Gunther. He just did it on Braun. But anyway, I just feel bad. I just feel bad for Damage Control. They had so much potential. Damage Control is basically the women's retribution. That's what they are. They're the women's retribution. Absolution was a failed... People say Absolution and Riot Squad were failed factions, but Damage Control definitely joins the list of failed women's factions. Becky, Trish, and Lita did not need this win at WrestleMania. Damage Control definitely did. That's just my opinion, and if you don't like it, that's fine. But those are my thoughts on Damage Control versus the old ladies and Becky Lynch. Next we got Ray and Dominic. I actually did not mind this match, despite that Ray won. I think we all knew Ray was going to win. But I didn't hate this match. I actually didn't mind it. Aaliyah was obviously my favorite part. Aaliyah, Mysterio, my favorite Mysterio. She will always be my favorite Mysterio. She'll always be my favorite Mysterio. I just wanted her to jump the barricade and kick Dominic's ass. When Dominic threw that water in her face, I was actually cheering and hoping she'd bloody kicked his ass. I was thinking to myself, come on, I'm pretty sure Buddy Murphy's told her a couple of moves or two when they were together. I'm pretty sure Buddy Murphy must have taught her a couple of moves or two. Like, she could have just thrown a couple of punches. That would have been pretty funny. I'm not going to lie. She really wanted to kick her brother's ass. She really wanted to kick her brother's ass. And I would have been all for it if Ray didn't stop her. But yeah, Aaliyah will always be my favorite Mysterio. She'll always be my favorite. I do like Dominic. I think him as a heel is really good. You know, people give Dominic crap, but I think he's been a very, very good heel. I didn't really care about him all that much as a babyface, but I've really grown to like him a lot more as a heel. He's really proven himself as a great heel. Judgment Day has really made him a lot better. And now that Rhea Ripley is the SmackDown Women's Champion, which I will get to that. I will get to that match. But at the end of the whole match, we had Bad Bunny. Good old Bad Bunny. He stopped Dominic from cheating by using the chain to help Ray win. So it looks like we're probably going to be getting a Bad Bunny versus Dominic Mysterio at Backlash. Looks like that could be the match we could be getting at Backlash, or maybe a rematch. Maybe Dominic and Damien versus Ray and Bad Bunny in a tag match, maybe. Yes, only time will really tell to see what happens there, but overall, I didn't hate the match. I didn't hate it. I thought it was fine. Now it's time for me to talk about the match that I know all of you are excited for me to talk about. That is Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's title, and I will not lie to you guys if I told you guys, I was nervous heading into this match. I was very nervous heading into this match. I was very excited, but also very nervous. I know, and yes, before any of you guys do tell me, yes, I am aware of NXT. I do know Indy Hartwell became the new NXT Women's Champion. I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. I thought Indy was just there to fill a spot, and I was thinking to myself, oh yeah, Roxanne's she's gonna win the whole thing. The only thing I didn't like is, well, Michael told me, the only thing I didn't like was that Dexter Lumis had to help her. Not a fan of that. That felt like Carmella and James Ellsworth. I did not like that. Indy doesn't need Dexter. Look, I like Index, okay? I like Index. But Indy doesn't need Dexter anymore. She doesn't need Johnny anymore. She doesn't need Candice anymore. I did not like that she came out and she celebrated with them. I did not like that. She doesn't need them anymore. We don't need the Way. She doesn't need them anymore. It kind of hurts her title win. To me, it hurts her title win. She's been busting her ass for so long, and just to get help doesn't make her title win feel any more bigger. If she did it on her own without any outside help, I felt like people would have taken her title win more seriously. But now I'm concerned that people are just going to say, oh, well, she had help. She didn't win on her own. She had help. She couldn't win on her own. She had to have her creepy boyfriend Dexter Lumis help her. So, and hopefully, I'm hoping that's exactly what it is, because I do not want to see that faction ever come back. I want Indy to be her own star. But at the end of the day, I am happy for Indy. I am very happy for her. I did not expect her to win. And you know what's the sad thing? That that's exactly what I said. Indy Hartwell, that's what I just said. I felt like Indy Hartwell's win felt like Carmella when James Ellsworth helped him. When James Ellsworth helped her. But, I know I shouldn't be talking about this match. It's not a stand and deliver review, but, you know, I just wanted to talk about it. But overall, I'm very happy. I'm very happy Indy's the champion. But I'm so worried she's just going to be a transitional champion. My only worry with Indy being champion is that she's just going to be a transitional champion for Roxanne to get her rematch, one Pop Rocks, and then Indy's going to lose the title, or eventually Tiffany Stratton comes in and challenges her, then Tiffany wins it, or hell, even Cora Jade comes back, which I wouldn't mind Cora versus Indy, and then Cora takes the title from her. My main worry is that Indy is just going to be a transitional champion. That's my only concern. I want Indy to actually have a decent run before she loses it. I don't want it to be like, oh, just a 3-week thing, a 1-month thing. I want it to at least be 3 to 4 months. I want it to at least be 3 to 4 months and then have her lose it. Make her feel like she earned her title win. Perez's title reign was 104 days. Give Indy's title reign like she earned the title win. So I feel like Indy's title reign is going to be transitional. That's my only main worry. But anyway, back to what we're going to talk about. Charlotte versus Rhea. 109. Oh, okay. Not 104. Well, it's close enough. And that's a respectable title reign for Roxanne. And one other thing I want to mention is that people were pissed that Roxanne didn't win. I just want to mention, before we move on to Charlotte versus Rhea, one thing I want to mention very, very quickly here. Roxanne is 21 years old. She's 21 years old. She has plenty of time to be the champion again. People on social media were angry that Roxanne didn't retain. I was like, guys, she's freaking 21 years old. She's got a whole career ahead of her. She's got a whole career ahead of her. One loss isn't going to hurt her at all. So please, someone like Indy Hartwell, who's been there for a long time, busting her ass off, she deserves it more than someone who just came in. At least that's in my eyes anyway. But anyway, let's move on from this and let's get back to Rhea versus Charlotte. I freaking loved this match. It was so good. I really enjoyed this match. It was easily the best match of the entire show for me. This match, I don't care what anyone says, this match should have main evented WrestleMania. Oh, but the build-up was bad. Oh, the whole build-up was terrible. They don't deserve the main event because their build-up was terrible. Well, I don't give a flying Nimbus. Well, I don't give a flying shit what anyone says. This match should have main evented. This was a great match. Oh, but the build-up matters. But the build-up is what mattered to people. The build-up is what made people say it should main evented. Oh, Roman almost got eliminated. Oh my god, is Roman going to win the whole thing from number one? But anyway, but seriously, people said that the build-up was the main reason why it should not have won, okay? The build-up is what should not have made it main event. I say bullshit. I say bullshit. If you win the Royal Rumble, you are guaranteed a main event spot. That is the reward you get when you win the Royal Rumble match. A main event spot. And look, people said, oh, the build-up was terrible. The story with Kevin and Sami and the Usos should have been the main event because the story of Kevin Owens and Sami and Usos mattered. Look, yes, their story has been good, but they did not. But did any of them win the Royal Rumble? No, they didn't. It didn't. Yes, Nakamura didn't main event. Other WrestleMania winners did not main event. Okay, I understand that. A lot of other people that won the Royal Rumble did not main event, and I still say those people should have main evented. But it just pisses me off when someone who wins the Royal Rumble do not get the main event spot. This match felt like a main event. That match with Rhea and Charlotte felt like a main event. But the build-up, everyone was talking about how bad the build-up was. I mean, let's be real. Cody and Roman's build hasn't really been stellar either. But they're going to main event WrestleMania. Again, because Cody won the Royal Rumble, as he should main event. But still, you cannot watch that match and tell me it was not main event worthy. You cannot watch Rhea versus Charlotte and say, oh, that match totally should not have been the main event. That felt like a main event to me when I was watching it. It felt like a main event. It was great. It was a great match, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I love it when Rhea and Charlotte have matches, because I feel like their chemistry together is really, really good. It wasn't good at first, but it got better. It absolutely got better. Their Money in the Bank match a few years ago, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, easily their best match. But guess what? This match at WrestleMania topped what they did at Money in the Bank. I am very happy that this match was as good as it was, because people shat on the entire build. People crapped on the entire build of this match, saying, oh, they were not excited for the match because of how it was built up. Well, guess what? All the people that crapped on the build, saying that it shouldn't have main evented, were silenced. I felt they were silenced after tonight. And to what Kevin just said, I never want to hear anyone complain about Charlotte ever again, saying, oh, she doesn't put people over. She put Rhea Ripley over clean at WrestleMania. Clean as a whistle. No Judgment Day. No feet on the ropes. No outside dirty BS. It was just Rhea. The riptide off the top rope. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley won. No outside nonsense. And I love it. Rhea won clean, and no one can say that. That's what makes it even better. That's what made the whole match so good. That was the only thing that made the match so more satisfying, was that Rhea got a clean win. Got a clean win over Charlotte Flair. But people say Charlotte Flair doesn't lose clean. Oh, that Charlotte Flair, she never loses clean. Yes, it is rare that she loses clean. It is rare. But people can't crap on her tonight. People can't crap on her tonight. And Charlotte Flair, one other thing I loved was that Charlotte Flair looked so happy for Rhea. It looked like she was actually happy. She was actually happy she put someone over. She looked genuinely happy for Rhea Ripley. But no, instead of looking at a great moment, people have to be all like, oh, but this moment was them making fun of Sasha Banks when she smiled for Bianca Belair. What the hell are you people talking about? What the hell are you people on? Oh, Charlotte was smiling because Sasha did the same thing for Bianca Belair. Are these people for real? These people just want to find any kind of reason to just shit on something. Charlotte did something nice. She did something noble, and people just can't thank her for it. People can't just say, oh, good job, Charlotte. You finally made a star. You finally put someone over. You finally elevated someone. But they're like, oh, nah, look at her. She's smiling and clapping. That's the same thing Sasha did at WrestleMania 2 years ago. When Sasha did it for Bianca Belair. Who cares? Who cares? Sasha was happy for Bianca. And Charlotte was happy for Bianca too. Charlotte was happy for Rhea too. Seriously. People are just want to hate. Just for the sake of it. Just be happy. Charlotte lost clean and she elevated someone. She elevated someone's career. Rhea Ripley is now a made superstar because she beat Charlotte Flair clean. Not many people can say they've beaten Charlotte Flair clean. God, these people on the internet just want to find any kind of reason to crap on something. They really do, man. It's crazy. This is the world we live in. People just hate Charlotte because they want to hate. They can't just say, good job, Charlotte, you elevated someone, finally. Oh my God. Roman came out at number 1 and he freaking won. Oh, jeez. Of course Roman Reigns would win from number 1. God damn it. Of course he would win. Tribal Chief, God God. But yeah, he freaking won from number 1. What a shocker, right? What a shocker. I guess having a 99 overall really helps you. And Rhea Ripley, and that's another thing, Rhea Ripley needs a dominant title reign. Rhea Ripley needs a long, dominant title reign like Bianca. Sure, people will complain about it, but you know what? I don't give a flying toss if they complain about it. Everyone was perfectly fine with Bianca Belair being champion for a year. But you know what? Let's all enjoy Rhea Ripley, because she freaking deserved. She freaking deserves it. I don't care what anyone says. She deserves it. She absolutely deserved this WrestleMania win, and I can't tell you how happy I am for her. I really am happy for her. It makes me very, very happy for Charlotte. It was a good day for Australia. I just wish Grayson Waller won. Would you be fine with Rhea passing Bayley? Yeah. I'd be fine with it. I'd be all for it. I'd be all for it, honestly. I'd be all for it, to be completely honest with you. But at the end of the day, you know what? I'll put anybody in. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of getting close to the end of the review anyway, so you don't really need to. We don't need to sit through another one of these. Anyway, let's do something else since I'm getting close to the end. Let's just do this. But honestly, I'm just happy for Charlotte, man. I'm glad she finally got her moment. I'm happy for Rhea. I'm happy for Rhea. I'm glad she finally got her moment. And I'm glad Charlotte finally did something noble. And the thing that really angers me is that people just don't want to give Charlotte her props. But whatever, right? But whatever. But it's whatever. Yeah, that's the next thing we're going to talk about is this stupid shit with Pat McAfee and The Miz. Listen, I've got nothing against Pat McAfee. Okay. Look, I've got nothing against McAfee, okay? I've got nothing against McAfee. Absolutely nothing. I've got absolutely nothing against Pat McAfee. Absolutely zero. But that was just dumb. Sure, it was satisfying and funny to see The Miz get his ass kicked. Sure, that was satisfying. Sure, it was satisfying and funny to see The Miz get his ass kicked. But it was just pointless. It was just pointless. It was not needed. And now we get to our main event. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn facing the Usos for the tag team titles. At long last is all I can say. Michael Cole made a mistake about Pat saying he's undefeated. Yeah, he lost to Vince. He lost to Vince. He also lost to Vince. But yes, it was funny. it was funny to see Miz get his ass kicked. I will say that. It was funny to see Miz get his ass kicked today. But anyway, it's time to talk about our so-called real main event that deserved it more than Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair, according to the great world of the internet wrestling community, because they know best. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos for the undisputed tag team titles. And all I've got to say is, finally, the Usos' reign of terror over the tag team division has finally come to an end. Honestly, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I didn't enjoy this main event match. Sure, it had a lot of high spots. Sure, it had a lot of cool moments. But it was just the Usos dominating the entire time. And no, Sean, I never said Sami Zayn could never win as a babyface and become champion. I never said that. I know he can become champion as a face, but I just enjoyed his entire run as a heel. But I'm not going to argue about that, but I'll talk about it as we go along. But anyway, the one thing I want to mention here is that that I just didn't really enjoy it because it was just the Usos dominating the entire time. It was just the Usos dominating the entire time, making us think it's all going to be over. But then Sami and Kevin would continue to fight back. Yes, it got a bit exciting at points. Yes, it got exciting at certain points. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to make it very, very clear. This should not have main evented. Just because it was the better story doesn't mean it should have main evented. If you're going to look at Sami and Kevin and the Usos and Charlotte and Rhea, what would you choose as your main event? I would choose Rhea and Charlotte over as my main event. Because it was high drama, competitive the entire time. It was high drama and it was competitive. Usos versus Sami KO was just one-sided. It was 24 minutes of the Usos dominating the entire time. 24 minutes of boring standing around. 24 minutes of just pure boredom. I just didn't care. I didn't care all that much for this match as it was going on. At points, I just wanted it to be over. At points, I just wanted it to end. At points, I just wanted this match to just hurry up and be over because I got so tired of it as it was going on. Oh, Emily Bell just beat Indy Hartwell. Damn. But anyway, good job, Emily. But yeah, I just didn't really enjoy the so-called real main event. I just didn't enjoy the so-called real main event. The so-called main event that deserved it more. I just didn't enjoy it. I just thought it wasn't... I just felt it just didn't deserve the main event spot. Funny that. Roman has a 99 overall, wins an entire Royal Rumble. Indy has an overall of 94. I gave her that. And then she ends up losing. Go figure. But yeah. But yeah, I didn't feel like Kevin and Sami really deserved the main event spot. But you know what? People will argue with me and say, oh, you're wrong. They deserved it more. But I still stand by what I say. No matter how many times you argue with me, I stand by what I said. Rhea and Charlotte should have been the main event, not Usos and KO Sami. But the only good thing that came out of this so-called real main event was that we got new undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions in Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Finally, after years of just waiting for the Usos to finally lose, we finally got it. And I said the only way this should end is Sami Zayn pinning Jey Uso, and that is exactly what happened. Sami Zayn pinning Jey Uso, and you know Roman Reigns is going to put all the blame on Jey Uso. I hope so too. But I know Roman is going to put all the blame on Jey Uso. He's going to put all that blame on Jey Uso because he was the one that lost. But yep, we got one down of the bloodline. Hopefully tomorrow, Cody Rhodes becomes the new head of the table. We can only hope Cody Rhodes becomes the new head of the table. But I've just got a funny feeling that Roman is going to retain. I've just got that funny feeling in my gut. But hey, I've been wrong before. I said Indy had no chance. I said Indy had no chance of winning the ladder match, and she won. Despite the help, despite she had help, but she still won. I didn't think Kevin and Sammy were going to beat the Usos. That happened. I didn't think Rhea was going to beat Charlotte. Rhea beat her clean, so I've been wrong before. So maybe me doubting Cody's abilities that he can defeat the almighty Roman Reigns, it ends up happening. I do hope Cody is the one. I'm hoping Cody becomes the head of the table, the savior that we all are looking for. But anyway, I'll give you guys my quick predictions for night 2 since we're here. So we got the women's showcase match. This one's quite obvious. As much as I don't want it to be them, Ronda and Shayna are going to win. I want it to be Liv and Raquel, but it won't be. It'll be Ronda and Shayna. They will win that. I'm hoping Sheamus becomes the new Intercontinental Champion, but I'm thinking Gunther is going to retain. Brock, it will beat Omos. Brock will beat Omos, because Brock never puts anyone over. Brock never, ever puts younger guys over. I'm hoping Finn Balor defeats Edge inside Hell in a Cell. I'm hoping for Asuka to become the new Raw Women's Champion, but I've got a feeling Bianca will probably retain. And I'm hoping Cody Rhodes becomes the new head of the table and crossroads is his way to becoming the undisputed champion and dethroning Roman Reigns. So those are my thoughts. So those are my predictions for night 2. It's rumored to open. Well, good. Get it over with early. Good. Get it over with early. It's the one match I'm not looking forward to. Well, Brock and Omos and the women's showcase match are the 2 matches I'm not really looking forward to. Well, I'm not really looking forward to Edge versus Finn because I'm so goddamn tired of their feud. But the triple threat and Roman and Cody are the 2 matches I'm looking forward to. Can't say I'm really looking forward to Bianca and Asuka, but hey, you know, Charlotte and Rhea had a great match despite their build up being terrible. So maybe Asuka and Bianca surprise us and they give us an absolute banger. So maybe they surprise us and they put on a great match just like Rhea and Charlotte did because their build up wasn't good. But yeah. So there you go, guys. Those are my thoughts on night 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I'm sorry for doing it in a stream format. Honestly, I kind of like doing it like this. Maybe I'll do it like this more often if you guys want to see more reviews. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it like this a bit more often so I can interact with people. But I guess we will soon see. So Bobby Lashley is apparently issuing an open challenge. Well, I guess this is where probably LA Knight will accept maybe. Actually, I want Bronson to accept the open challenge so that he can tsunami Bobby Lashley for stealing his Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal trophy. I don't know why they had Bobby Lashley win that stupid Battle Royal. I don't know why they did. It was so stupid to have him win the Battle Royal. I really hated that he won. I felt it really should have gone to Bronson Reed or LA Knight. But I'd like Bronson to accept that challenge and tsunami his way to victory against Bobby Lashley. But then again, you know, they'll probably have Bobby Lashley win. Imagine if Jay White answers Bobby Lashley's challenge. If he does, that would be pretty cool. If he does, that would be pretty cool. But we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this stream and review of WrestleMania. Give me your thoughts in the comments section down below and tell me how much you hate my opinions and that I'm wrong about Rhea and Charlotte deserving to be the real main event. But you know what? I don't care. I stick by it. They should have been the main event. Where Charlotte and Rhea were on the card is where the Usos and Kevin and Sami should have been. And you can fight me with it, fight me about it all you want. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you all on the other side. And then what will you do when you reach that other side? You will reach the other side.